everyone, welcome to Study with Akshay, and this is Akshay. We are going to continue with the example numericals of trigonometric identities in this video. So we will be starting with question number 6. Before getting started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and hit on the bell icon to get regular notification. Let's get started. And I want to bring this to your notice. In this video, it will be just a screen share which will be going on, not the Blackboard share. Let's get started. First question for this video is sixth one. Prove that cos A divided by 1 plus tan A plus sin A divided by 1 plus cot A equals cos A plus sin A. So as I have told, we will be starting from the complicated side. We feel the LHS is complicated. Let's get started with it. LHS, we'll write down what is given in the LHS. Just recheck it once again. You have taken the plus and the minus sign properly or what? Okay, else the solution won't be correct. And you won't be getting the RHS side if you take the different signs. Right. So, here tan and cot can be written in terms of sine and cos using our quotient relations, which we have discussed in the introductory video of trigonometry. Right, so we will write tan as sine A by cos A and cot as cos A by sine A, as shown on the screen. Later, let's take the LCM only for the denominator part. So over here, after taking LCM, you will be getting cos A minus sin A divided by cos A in the denominator. And at this case, it will be sin A minus cos A divided by sin A in the denominator. Right. So next, once later, when you take over the LCM, what happens is your cos A, when you take the reciprocal basically, cos A into cos A cos square A, sin A into sin A sin square A, you will be getting it. But if you keenly observe over here, the denominators are pretty simple for us. So your cos A minus sin A, here it is sin A minus cos A. So cos A minus sin A equals minus sin A plus cos A. Right. So using that relation, we can find over here. I have taken minus sign out over here so that the denominators will be equal. So henceforth, the common denominator can be taken over here as cos A minus sin A. Here cos square A minus sin square A can also be written as cos A plus sin A into cos A minus sin A. Why is it so? As per algebraic identity, we all are aware that A square minus B square equals A plus B into A minus B. Using that, we have written it. And like terms get cancelled using the basic knowledge of mathematics. Henceforth, we have got cos A plus sin A, which is required at RHS. Go through the question. Moving ahead further with the second sub question under the main question 6. 1 plus tan square A plus 1 plus 1 by tan square A equals 1 by sin square A minus sin to the power of 4A. Power 4 and then A. Okay. So, as I have told, the LHS is complicated. Let's take the LHS part. And then 1 plus tan square A can also be written as secant square A. So let's write 1 plus tan square A as secant square A and 1 plus 1 by tan square A. Let it be as such. So 1 by tan square A can be written as cot square A using our reciprocal relations. So we all are aware of what are reciprocal relations. We will write it as cot square A. In the next step, we have already substituted 1 plus tan square A as secant square A and then 1 plus cot square A as an identity. We know that it is cosecant square A. So secant square A plus cosecant square A. Secant square A is nothing but 1 by cos square A, and cosecant square is nothing but 1 by sine square A. Write it in the next step like that. Then take over the LCM. Sine square A plus cos square A divided by cos square A sine square A. Right. Sine square A plus cos square A, we all are aware that it is equal to 1. And then cos square A at the denominator can be substituted as 1 minus sine square A in order to get the result. Okay. As per the result, we will be thinking which is the identity or which is the standard result we are supposed to use over here. So over here, we are supposed to get all the terms at the RHS are in the terms of sine, so we have to convert the cos into sine, and that too where it takes place, it takes place only at the denominator, and numerator is 1, so sine square A plus cos square A is written as 1 over here, and denominator wherever cos square A is given, there we are substituting it as 1 minus sine square A. The same substitution is done over here. So later on, sine square A, and if you remove the brackets, you will be getting it as 1 by sine square A minus sine 4A, which is equal to our RHS. Hence, we have proved this question. Hope you have understood this question. Moving ahead further. If tan A plus sin A equals m and tan A minus sin A equals n, prove that m square minus n square equals 4 root mn. This is a unique kind of question which is more or less complicated, and in this case we are supposed to solve both the sides like LHS and RHS both. So I will show how to solve it. First, LHS side, m square minus n square, a square minus b square is written as a plus b into a minus b. Similarly, m plus n into m minus n. So, m plus n, let's substitute what is m, tan a plus sin a plus tan a minus sin a, that is n. And then tan a plus sin a minus of tan a plus sin a. Minus into minus, it becomes plus sin a. So your plus sin A and minus sin A gets cancelled, plus tan A and minus tan A gets cancelled as shown. So remaining are 2 tan A, 2 sin A. After removing the bracket we get 4 tan A sin A. Okay, 4 tan A sin A. Okay, so then later this is taken as equation 1 as shown over here. Later we have 4 root mn, which is equal to 4 root of tan A plus sin A into tan A minus sin A. It is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, where we can write it as a square minus b square. So in the next step, tan can be written in the form of sine and cos using our relations. Which relation? Our quotient relations. 4 into sine square A divided by cos square A minus sine square A the whole root. So we know 1 by cos square A is secant square A. Before that, one thing to clarify, I have skipped few steps over here. When you take the LCM, common LCM, you will get it as your sine square A cos square A divided by cos square A. When you take sine square A as common, you will be getting 1 minus cos square A divided by cos square A. 1 minus cos square A divided by cos square A. So henceforth you will take sine square A common, right? Sine square A can be taken as square of sine A. So when you take this root of sine square A, you will be getting sine A outside the root. Then you will be left over with 1 plus cos square A, which is secant square A minus 1. And then secant square A minus 1 can also be written as tan square A. So in the next step, 4 sin A tan A is equal to equation 2. When you keenly observe this, equation 1 is similar to equation 2. Just the elements have been interchanged. So we can say from 1 and 2, m square minus n square equals 4 root mn. Go through the question. Eighth question. If x is equal to a secant a cos b, y is equal to b secant a sin b, and z is equal to c tan a, show that x squared by a square plus y square by b square minus z square plus c square divided by c square equals 1. So here what we are supposed to do is that wherever secant and then tan is given, let's all convert it in the form of sine and cos. First step. We will be taking the LHS obviously. If you take the RHS, nothing you will be able to understand. So it's easier by taking LHS and arriving at the RHS. And one thing to bring this to the notice, alternative steps will be given in the textbook, but I prefer not to follow those steps. Instead, these steps and these methods are more simpler than those methods, and those are more complicated, and more different ideas of approach have been given over there, so that would make even more confusing. So I prefer not to follow that. Instead, you can follow the methodology which I have taught right now. So wherever x square is given, we will substitute that and square it. Y square substitute and z square substitute. Okay. Until the step, all will be able to arrive. Then later on, you will remove the brackets also. That is also fine. Right. You will remove the brackets. That is fine. You will cancel them. That is also fine. Right, you all have understood. A square and a square gets cancelled, b square and b square gets cancelled, c square and c square gets cancelled. Later on, everyone gets stuck after getting this value. We are not supposed to get stuck after getting this value. It's so simpler, which is told that secant square a is written as 1 by cos square a. 1 by cos square a, or you can take secant square a as common also. In this methodology I have taken like that, or if you convert it and then solve, probably you might not get, because here it's not cos square a, it's cos square b. The different way angles have been given, they are different angles, so you cannot be taking that as sine and cos. I'm sorry with that. So but secant square a can be taken as common, and then you can basically group cos square b and sine square b minus tan square a. So cos square b plus sine square b is nothing but 1, and then secant square a minus tan square a is also equal to 1. So henceforth we will be getting 1 in our RHS, in our LHS, which is equal to our RHS. Probably these kinds of questions are a bit tricky and bit confusing, but once you catch hold of the subject of trigonometry, it will be easier for you to solve n number of questions given in this method. This type of question, ninth one. So we all are aware what are standard angles. Standard angles, I have told you what are standard angles in the very first video of this chapter. In the introductory videos, we have learned what are standard angles and their values with respect to all the 6 trigonometric ratios in our class 9 under the chapter standard angles only. Right, in our class 9 we have learned this. So standard angles are 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees, which is given at class 10th level, and among which 30, 45 and 60 degree are called the standard angles, and then 0 and 90 degree are considered as the quadrant angles, which we will be learning in the higher level. This is just for an information. Whereas for these kinds of question, we will be substituting the value of cos 60, cos 30, sin 60 and sin 30. Oh, we are all aware what are the values of the standard angles, provided we all know whatever is taught in class 9. Cos 60 is nothing but 1 by 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and then sin 60 is root 3 by 2 and sin 30 is 1 by 2. Totally we will be getting root 3 by 4 plus root 3 by 4. 2 root 3 by 4, which is equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 is nothing but cos 30 degrees. So cos x is equal to cos 30 degrees. So x will be 30 degrees. These kinds of questions are not mostly expected in the board point of view. Yeah, now coming ahead with the complementary angles. So we have told cos 30 degrees secant 90 degrees minus 2a equals 1. Find the value of a. Let's write the same. Whereas secant 90 degree minus theta equals cosecant theta. With that cosecant 2a, your theta is taken as 2a, so cosecant 2a will be substituted, and cos 38 degrees is your best friend. Wherever you go, you no need to change that, you just carry it along with you. Like how you take over your best friend wherever you go, carry that along with you. You will take it like this, and then 1 by sine 2a equals 1. So then sine 2a is equal to cos 38 degrees. So we know cos 38 degrees can also be written as cos 90 minus 52 degrees, which is equal to sine 52 degrees. So since sine 2a equals sine 52 degrees, 2a equals 52 degrees. A will be 26 degrees. Okay, so many of them, what they do, the mistake is they simplify at the beginning itself. Cos 38, yeah, 90 minus 52. That might not make any difference. You might get the same answer, but I prefer after simplifying, getting into such a simplest form, then you can simplify it so that you will be easily able to write it properly. Instead, you will start cancelling sine over here, 2 like that method you go, you end up in getting wrong answers, or you end up in getting a different answer, but you won't be getting the same answer as expected. Hope you all have understood whatever was taught in this video. Let's meet again with the next video of the example numericals itself, with reference to how to read using the tables. Basically that section will not be asked as a main question in the examination, and moreover that is not asked till today, and probably they might not ask for the any other batches in future as well. But for the safer side, since it is mentioned in the scope of syllabus, we have to follow it. Let's follow it. Okay, so if you have liked this video, please click on the thumbs up button. Please do share this video. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.